Welcome to Home Cooking with Holly. Today, I've got my husband in the kitchen, and he is going to make beef stew.
Now I'm going to help him out here. I am peeling some carrots into the garbage bowl while he is preparing the sliced up top sirloin. He is going to cut those slices into bite-sized pieces. Now we have very different ways of making our stew. I love his, he loves mine, but very different ways. So I'm showing you his method, and next time I make stew, you'll get to see my method. He likes to add the meat without any oil in the pan, which as the fat renders, it does help the meat to not stick to your pan. Though this meat is pretty lean, so make sure you keep an eye on it in case you need to add a little oil. Now we really like our stew, regardless of which one of us is making it, to be vegetable heavy. So you can put in as many vegetables or as few vegetables as you like, and you can change up the vegetables. He's going to chop up about 5 large carrots after putting in a few stalks of celery. And again, if you don't like carrots or you don't like celery, you can leave them out. It's completely up to you what you put in your stew. And again, he's just cutting everything into bite-sized pieces, so that's what he's doing with the carrots as well. And I have peeled 5 red potatoes for him. He's going to cut those up as soon as he's finished with the carrots. He prefers red potatoes, so when he makes his stew, that's what we use. But you can use yellow potatoes, you can use russet potatoes, whichever kind of potato you prefer. Stew can be very, very versatile. It's a great hearty dish. Now he's moving on to the potatoes. He's going to cut them in half, then cut them into slices, and then cut those slices into bite-sized pieces. I'm just going to give this a stir to keep mixing everything around, making sure things are getting browned evenly while he finishes up the potatoes. And now he is going to add in some whole tomatoes from a can. We use the large cans of tomatoes. He's going to pick off some extra skin that got left in there. And he's decided to use the second can as well. Next, he's going to add in a few cans of water, just enough to bring that level up to the top where our vegetables are. And we're going to try to smash down those tomatoes a little bit and break them up. Sometimes we do go in with a kitchen scissors or a knife and also cut them up. Next, he is going to cut up 2 onions. He likes a lot of onion in his stew, so he's using 2. You do want to make sure that you remove the root end and also the skin. Then he's going to slice the onions in half and start cutting them up into bite-sized pieces again. If you cut your vegetables all up as uniformly as you can, bite-sized pieces, or if you want them all to be coins or chunks or whatever, if you get them similar in size, it does help them to cook at the same time. And if you don't get them to a uniform size, that's okay. Just make sure you keep an eye on them and that everything gets cooked as thoroughly as you want it to be. Some people prefer their vegetables more crisp tender, some prefer them softer, so just keep an eye on them. Now he's going to stir this up again just to get those onions mixed in. And he's decided he wants to cut up the tomatoes a bit because they aren't breaking up enough for his liking. Now be very careful if you do this. You could cut them up beforehand. Sometimes, like I said before, we do take kitchen scissors to them. But if you're doing it this way, just be careful. Make sure you're not cutting yourself at all. Now he's going to add some salt and some pepper. He does tend to go simpler with the seasonings than I do. So after the salt and pepper, he's going to add in some garlic. And you know we love garlic in this house and we measure it with our hearts. So just put in as much garlic as you would like. Now you want to bring the stew to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down to a simmer, pop a lid on it, make sure you stir it occasionally. And it's best to cook a stew low and slow. So you can let this cook for a good hour. Now this stew's been cooking for quite a while. It's only got probably 10 or 15 minutes left. So he's going to add in some mushrooms now. And as you know, I don't like mushrooms, but he does. So he's not going to chop these up. He's going to leave them large so that I can remove them. And again, this is something you can add if you like them, and you can leave them out if you don't. You don't want to add the mushrooms too soon though, because they're like little sponges and they'll absorb that liquid. It's best to add them near the end. It's about time to serve this up. And he's got some in a bowl here. Now, he loves a large bowl of it, so this is a pretty big bowl. I like to put some shredded or grated Parmigiano Reggiano onto my stew. He usually doesn't do that on his. And again, that's up to you. But you could also add some parsley on top of this if you'd like. Cheese is great, or just eat it the way it is.
Not hard to do at all. We do love some beef stew in this house. I make mine and completely different from how my husband makes his. So I will show you that in a future video. But they're both absolutely delicious. I hope that you'll give this recipe a try. Please like and subscribe to follow me for more recipes and cooking tips.